Good morning, graduates, faculty, colleagues, trustees, family, and friends. What an extraordinary honor it is to be here with all of you today to celebrate the class of 2025, and we're also marking the occasion of the 100th commencement at the Eastman School of Music. Now, before I go any further, I just want to get a couple obvious things out of the way. This is my first Eastman commencement as dean, so that means almost all of you graduates have spent more recent years here than I have. So to anyone who has helped me find my way to the Eastman East Wing, which wasn't here when I was a student, or schooled me on calling things like, instead of the cafeteria, we call it the DC, or that Stromboli's has moved across East Avenue these days, thank you. During all of this year, and especially now when I look at you, I see confidence, artistry, professionalism, and people that know their way around. So really, you are the Eastman experts, and my job today is easy. I get the privilege of cheering you on from one of the best seats in the house. So yes, this ceremony marks the end of my first year as dean, but much more importantly, while it closes the chapter on your studies at Eastman, it marks a moment when your stories, your next steps, are just beginning. I know this because I once sat exactly where you sit now, and I remember being nervous, excited, uncertain, and hopeful. But I also distinctly remember feeling worried about what the future held and not feeling quite ready to be separated from the friends and mentors that had meant so much to me here. In thinking about what I'd like to say to all of you today, I've been thinking about what I may have needed to hear all those years ago. Looking back on it, I could have never predicted the twists and turns that my life would take over the next couple decades that would bring me to this moment, but it's the twists and turns that get you to the best parts of a life and career. What was true for me, which I know will be true for you, is that the education and experiences I had here, and especially the people I met here at Eastman, built the foundation I needed to find my own path. So look around you today. Remember these faces. These friends, colleagues, and professors are your support system today, tomorrow, and for life. Today, we celebrate you, class of 2025, not only for what you've accomplished, but for who you've become. You've mastered countless techniques and so many different pieces. You've created music, uncovered thrilling discoveries, and learned countless things from our faculty. You've made a home for yourself, maybe in the Sibley Stacks or the Hatch Hall balcony, or maybe in a corner of Java's. You've navigated rehearsals, juries, exams, and have pushed through all kinds of challenges that brought you here today. Through it all, you've grown not just as musicians, but as listeners, leaders, collaborators, and creative people. The great American writer Maya Angelou said, "You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have." There will be times when life and circumstance conspire to drive creativity from you, when you're facing a challenge or struggling for your voice to be heard, or you're not sure what to do next. It's in those moments that the creativity you have honed will show you the path forward. Rely on your own imagination and the creative expression you have cultivated here, and trust your instincts. I know that the creativity of all of you in this beautiful hall today will shape the future of the field of music and have a deep and lasting impact on society. Throughout your lives, well past your years of formal education, you will continue to find moments when listening to others will enrich your own life and teach you what you need, whether in a musical context or a conversation, whether trying to solve a difficult problem or when cultivating new relationships. Truly listening to, not just hearing, other people, even when you don't agree, and learning from their perspectives and ideas will be among the most important roles of your lives. Musicians know how to listen. We spend countless hours learning how to do it well, so it's a privilege that we can model this for everyone around us. You may have even learned about the creative practice called deep listening, developed by composer Pauline Oliveros. She said, "Listening is a lifetime practice that shapes our consciousness and our culture." One of the most beautiful truths about music is that it demands community. Your work resonates because others hear it, because you can and must share it. Ours is not a solitary art, it's communal. And it teaches us to work together to achieve and create things that none of us can do on our own. I have deep admiration for the late Finnish composer Kaija Saariaho and how she lived her life as a musician and as a person. I was reading an interview with her recently in which she said, "I've had a lot of experiences that changed me, and as a result, my music changed. What's important to me is to always be writing music in the present while envisioning the future." Whether you make your careers in music or another field or a combination of the two or something we haven't even dreamed up yet, the daily practice of finding time to accomplish what you need to do in the present while allowing your vision and work to be influenced by the fullness of your life experience will be a constant balancing act, sometimes frustrating, but ultimately so very rewarding. Part of my role as your dean is to get to share with people really all over the world what makes the students at the Eastman School of Music truly exceptional. Of course, I tell them about your stellar performances, the breadth and depth of your academic achievements, and your impressive work ethic. But you know what else I tell them? How the applause that erupts at the end of a concert here in Kodak Hall is among the most joyous I have ever heard. Anyone who was at Philharmonia's recent Rite of Spring concert, as one of many examples, knows exactly what I mean. And as we know, it doesn't stop in the concert hall. I sometimes, at the end of a concert, go across the street to grab my things in my office across the street when the performers are pouring out into Lowry Hall, into a crowd of friends and faculty members. Crossing back over Gibbs Street, listening to those raucous and excited cheers is one of my favorite sounds in the world. That's because it's the sonic representation of how you support each other, how you share in each other's successes. And I've also seen and heard many ways you support each other in quieter moments. The world needs more of this unabashed joy, unbridled support of those around you. Keep it with you. Continue to be the person in the room cheering the loudest for the things and people you love. So here's my invitation to you, class of 2025. Step boldly onto the path that stretches before you now. Be generous with your creativity. Be relentless in your curiosity. Be fearless in your collaborations. We know that you will use what you have learned here to create more beauty, connection, innovation, and community. Keep learning and listening and trusting your instincts. You will find the path forward that is meant for you. We turn to you now. You are the torchbearers. You are the visionaries. And I, for one, cannot wait to see and hear what you do next. Congratulations, class of 2025. The future is yours.